When we're spacing a cookie like this out on a tray, cookies do expand greatly. Again, these are big, nice, chewy cookies like you like to see, and those are going to take a little bit more space. They're going to end up about 4 inches around with this scoop. So we're going to leave a nice amount of space around each cookie so they can expand in the oven. Another item that we use sometimes, and this is really convenient, especially if you are going to be, say, in a unit that has multiple kitchens and they're going to be moving to different areas. This is very convenient. We've taken the cookie dough and simply wrapped it and created like a roll similar to what you find in the grocery store refrigerated section with the cookie dough. This has been frozen, and we let it come just a little bit warmed up to room temperature. You'll see when you roll this out, it's a nice, simple bar. And then you can say, with this exact recipe, I want this many cookies, and you can just cut off just what you need and put it on the sheet tray and bake it right off as you need. Okay? This is also, it's perfectly shaped. It's going to be very nice for you every time. This is also very convenient, say if you want to do a skillet cookie, like in a cast iron warm with a scoop of ice cream on top, because you can roll a little bit of a thicker log, slice that up, place it right in the cast iron pan, put it in the oven, and it's going to cook perfectly, and it's very fast and easy. Okay? But for now, with our wrap that we just made, get this off to the side. We're going to do a bar. So we've prepared simply a half sheet tray. I find that when we're working with bars and cakes like this, a full sheet tray is very challenging to manage physically because it's so large. So by using half sheet trays, it's a lot more easy to visualize and cut them evenly, and also to manage the tray itself, both in and out of the oven. So we've lined it just with a simple parchment paper. You don't need to worry about greasing anything at all. Cookie dough, as you saw, there's a lot of butter in it, and so it's not going to stick at all, just on its own. So when we fill a half sheet tray, and you'll see this time and time again, we're going to start by placing the same amount of scoop of dough to each corner first. So you can do this with a big spoon if it's easier. I've done this a million times, so I'm using a spatula, but you use the tool that makes it easiest for you. So we're starting with each corner. Then we're going to put dough in the middle and fill in the holes. When you do it this way, you make sure that you're not going to have to push the dough around too much. It just makes it a little bit easier for you. You'll see this also is a lot easier as well when you're using a more liquidy dough, and that it might be very sloppy. And so by pouring it into the different areas, it makes it a lot easier to manage. So all you're going to do is just simply level it out slightly so it covers the entire surface of the pan. The good thing about cookies is the butter is going to melt and even it out flat by itself. So you don't need to worry about making it perfectly flat before you put it into the oven. It's going to do that on its own. We're going to make sure it comes up to the edge on all sides. We're going to make sure that it's flat. So we don't want it to be over the top of the sides of the pan. And if you see what I'm doing, I'm just taking the spatula, I'm smearing down the sides just to even it out so it's not too tall. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't want to make a mess for yourself.